Hey mama with the red dress on, stiletto heels and a pink cell phone. Hey pretty mama, if your time is free, have a cappuccino with me. Hey pretty mama with the big blue eyes, you stare too long, you get hypnotized. Hey pretty mama, if you can see, have a cappuccino with me. Walking on the boardwalk, holding hands with you, or lying on the beach on the cell tree.
Enrich Your Life with Ramona and Andrea. But for some reason, Ramona decided to go enrich her life over in Hawaii. I can't figure out why. But anyway, there she is. And my co-host, Peggy, my temporary co-host, could not get her car started today. So here I am all by myself. But she'll join us later, I'm sure, as soon as I figure out exactly what she did to break her car. Now, I'm holding up this poster about International Women's Day. And this is going to be this coming Saturday the 7th. And if you want to Google it, just Google International Women's Day, since it's not just in Madera or Fresno, it's international. So I'm sure you could find something here. But the AAUW in Madera is doing a big thing to celebrate, and we just want to let you know. Later, if everything works out, I'm going to actually wear a sari. It's from India. I have no idea how to put it on, but if Peggy ever shows up, she's going to show me. She's quite the world traveler. And we have a great show today with Steve Olsher, America's Reinvention work expert. He's amazing. He is actually kind of responsible for me having a show and stepping out of my shell. And we also have Marlene Brice from Unity Church, and she's helping out with, what's the name of that place?
Spirit of Woman.
Spirit of Woman. They're doing incredible things for some women in Fresno who are in need and their kids. But first, I am so excited to introduce Nicole. She's going to be calling in on Skype. Nicole Connolly, she is a freedom junkie. She literally, I'm not kidding you, she has a website called freedom-junkies.com. And it's actually quite an amazing thing because she lives internationally. She does not have a current address. She just lives wherever she wants. And her job in life is to show other people how to do the same thing. So, Nicole, if you're listening, please go ahead and call in. And if not, I'm going to ask Michael to go ahead and initiate a call. But while we're waiting for that, Michael, can you zoom out the camera a little bit? I'm going to attempt to put on a sari. Now, don't laugh too hard. And I just want to tell you guys, if you're from India and you know how to work this, you can text me, okay? 559-675-8005. Give me a hand. I'm really not trying to insult your culture. I just honestly don't know how to do it. But you can see that cultural clothing is quite beautiful, quite ornate, and it's got a, I don't know if it'll come out, but it has this beautiful gold embroidery on the side. And from what I understand, you're supposed to throw it over like this, turn it around, and tuck in, which, let's see if I can do this. Whoa. Okay, there we go. Now you can see this is called dress up, grown up style. So I'm supposed to wear something like this. And you see it's quite long and quite beautiful. And it happens to be pink, which I really love. And by the way, that's Nicole's color also. All right, cool. So what we're going to do, so how do I look, guys? Ta-da, let me turn around. You can clap, it's all right. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do is I want to, Michael, maybe you could put the website on. Can you do that? You can. Okay. It's www.freedom-junkies.com. And you're going to see what she does. And while we're waiting for that to come on, let's see what else I've got to announce to you today. Oh, I would kind of like to know if anyone watches the show. So if you watch it, I have some money, and what I wanted to do is give $15 to the first 3 people that text in, okay? So at some point during the show, watch the screen. Michael's going to put my phone number on the screen. It's 559-675-8005. And if you're watching, you can win a prize just by texting. And I know you know how to do it, you know, unless you're dead, because everybody on the planet seems to be texting more than talking nowadays. Isn't that right? Okay, cool. So at this point, we're just kind of waiting for something to happen, and I have no one-liners, unfortunately. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience with Freedom Junkies. I actually came across the blog, and I was really excited by what I was reading. Nicole and the other Freedom Junkies that she's gathered they really believe in being positive, having a terrific life, putting it all together. And she's actually written a book about how to become a Freedom Junkie. She's got like 15 different ways that you can earn money online. So if you want to, you could work from your laptop, which means you could work from the beach, you could work from the mountains, you could work from a resort, you could work in your backyard. And I think she does about 2 hours of work per day, and she makes enough income to sustain her life. She has several websites. She has a travel blog and other things that she does. And just by reading her book, you can basically learn how to do it also. All right. I think we have my number on the screen. Oh, I see. There's the number of the website right there. So guys, check it out. Here's my number. Text in $15 to the first 3 people that text in, because I want to know if you're out there listening. And let's see. Do we have Nicole already? All right. Awesome. Nicole, welcome to the show. I can't wait to talk to you and find out what's going on with you. I think it's exciting. And I think today is Freedom Junkies Challenge Day. So I think while we get ready to put your face up on the screen, let me tell you what yesterday's challenge was. It was a gratitude challenge. So all of us Freedom Junkies got together, and we thought about what we're grateful for. Because when you think about things that you like, you actually magnify your awareness of those things. When you magnify your awareness of things that you enjoy in your life, things that you appreciate, then you actually notice it and reinforce it more, and eventually, actually, you get more of it. So if I like people with good manners, and I acknowledge those people and say, hey, I really appreciate your style. I like the way you are. You have a good vibe about you. And I spend that extra 2 seconds and just appreciate those people, then what will happen is I become more relaxed and I become more accessible to more people who are positive. And in a way, I kind of think that's how I ran into Nicole, because we're both that way. We both appreciate people. We love people. We both love foreign cultures. We love to travel. So we have a lot of stuff in common. But when you're always worried about stuff and distracted, you really don't have access to those kinds of people. And unfortunately, you miss a lot of opportunities. All right, I think we're getting warm. Are we doing pretty good, Michael? Okay, good. Michael's giving me the high sign, so we're doing great. And I can see Nicole, but I don't think the audience can see her yet. Wave, Nicole, so I know if you can see and hear me. Yeah, she got it. Okay, great. All right, so there. Okay, I think the audience can see you now. Nicole, can you hear me and can you speak?
I can.
Oh,
Hi.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to talk to you in person, because we have just been blogging back and forth. I mean, we've been doing a lot of private Facebook messages and sending each other little notes and everything. I just think you're like the greatest.
Aww.
How did you come up with it? And you're from Australia, I should say. Let me warn you guys, she's an Aussie, okay? She will have an accent. You will be able to understand her because she does speak English, okay? All right. So, sweetie, what do you want us to tell us about being a Freedom Junkie? What does that feel like?
It feels amazing to live the life that you've always dreamed of. I can't even put it into words. The last 3 years, my life has just changed incredibly, and it's been absolutely incredible. And I want to inspire others to follow their own path and to live the life of their dreams.
Gosh, that sounds so soothing. My goal for this year is calm and clarity. And just the idea that you can kind of kick back and relax and know that you have that income coming in, and you can enjoy your life and take it easy and explore all those little pathways that you want to go down. That sounds like a dream come true to me.
It certainly is. I've wanted to live this lifestyle pretty much my whole life, and for the last 3 years I have been living life on my terms, so it absolutely is a dream come true.
But you didn't always have that kind of freedom. Can you explain what happened? Like, what path did you go down? How did you find this
Yeah, for sure. I was living the typical 9 to 5 life, but it wasn't 9 to 5. It was 6 till 9. It was long hours, and but my life was okay. I mean, I had a great house, I had a great husband. I even had a career I really enjoyed. I had a business, but then tragedy struck, and I lost a parent. And it's very cliche to say this, but I started questioning my own existence when she passed away. And I realized I didn't want an ordinary life or just an okay life. I wanted to do something extraordinary with my life. And she always encouraged me to do that. So our last conversation together was actually about traveling the world long term. And she didn't hear me make that decision. I'm sure she knows now, but it was, a few days after she passed away, I decided to follow her wise words and live life on my terms, and I have been doing so for 3 years.
Well, that's wonderful, and I'm pretty sure she knows exactly what you're doing right now and appreciates it. So
I'm
I
sure
think
she
Michael's
does.
got a picture of your website. I just wanted to throw that up there because it's such a gorgeous website. It's so inspiring just to look at the picture. And you've got a quote there, the secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. That's a very moving statement, but I think made by one of the ancient Greek philosophers.
Yes.
Thucydides, am I saying it right? Anyway.
Yeah.
I
That
love the
quote
book.
spoke to me
Michael
as
has
soon
a
as I
picture.
saw it.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sorry, that quote spoke to me as soon as I read it. I knew it had to be part of the website because it was just absolutely perfect, those words.
Yeah, I mean, just step out, be free. You know, I think that a lot of us are waiting for permission to step out and be who we really are. And it's unfortunately, if you're waiting for somebody else to help you or give you permission or say it's okay, you might be waiting for a really long time.
Absolutely. I tell everyone now, do not wait for permission. Do not wait for it to fall into your lap. You just make a decision and take the steps that is needed to make it happen. That's the only way that it will happen.
It's the only way, exactly. Well, unfortunately, I think we have to go to commercial, sweetie. There is a copy of your book. How can they get this book?
They can jump on the website, from-junkies.com, and sign up, and it'll be sent to their email.
Well, it's a great read. There are so many tips in there. I was taking notes. I have my own copy all marked up already, so hey, I'm working on it, girl. I really want to go there where you are. Thank you so much. You're so inspiring, and it's just a pleasure to get to know you. I hope you come on again soon, especially now that we have the tech worked out.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much, Andrea.
All right, bye-bye. Take care, hon.
Bye.
All right, folks, thank you so much. We're going to go to commercial for a few minutes.
So our goal, our objective for these 3 days is to absolutely over-deliver. That's what we want to do. We read what you said. We hear you loud and clear. So we're going to over-deliver.
Once you get to eliminate the rules that are holding you back, your life, your business transforms.
You can wake up tomorrow and emphasize the best parts of you all day long, and you can do it for the rest of your life.
This is probably one of the best seminars that I have been to in, I'd say, about 25 years. And the reason being is we did this 2-minute drill last night that gave us an ability to have an interactive experience and have a one-on-one with each of the speakers.
The window of opportunity is only open for a period of time, a short period of time. So your job is to line up all the elements of success. So when that opportunity, when that window opens, you're ready to jump through. So you don't have to have all the elements of success lined up forever. You need them lined up for for a moment in time so that you can jump through the opportunity. And that's what an event like this is about for you.
So from a 20-year-old Chicago entrepreneur perspective, I would absolutely recommend this event to any person who's interested in monetizing all elements of their business, no matter what the business is or any industry or niche.
I came here with an assumption, because I've been to so many of things like this, and it was beyond my wildest dreams. The networking here is priceless. The type of reach of the network of people here was much greater than I have gotten anywhere else in years. If you asked me to rate this from a 1 to 10, I'd give it 100.
Hey, pretty mama with the red dress on, stiletto heels and the pink cell phone. Hey, pretty mama, if your time is free, have a cappuccino with me. Hey, pretty mama with the big blue eyes.
I love that song. Hi, welcome back to the show, everybody. We have an awesome show today. Steve Olsher, America's Reinvention expert, is going to be on the show, and I'm totally honored. Right now, we have Marlene Brice on the show. She's from Unity Church of Fresno. Is that right?
Unity of Fresno.
Unity
yes.
of Fresno, and we do have a website. We're going to throw that up. Now, I've had a ton of people wanting to know what that number is to text. So I'm going to tell you again. Text me. The first 3 people, you have to text your, name or something. Put whatever you like, whatever you want. I don't care. Even if it's say your show sucks, I don't really care. As long as I know how to get in touch with you after the show, so I can send this to you. But the phone number is 559-675-8005. And if it's Jeff, my producer, trying to text in, no, it's not going to work, honey. Yeah, he works here. He doesn't get the prize, okay? But there are people wanting to text in for a date with Jeff. That's cool. He's okay with it. Okay, so Marlene, tell me what you're doing. You're doing some community outreach. The whole church is, what organization are you reaching out to right now?
I'm reaching out to individuals,
Okay,
groups,
okay,
organizations,
okay.
anyone that's in the area where they can hear my voice.
Right,
This message is for them.
okay,
So my position with the Unity, excuse me, is that I am the volunteer coordinator and events coordinator, as you know.
And the hostess with the mostest. 'Cause
Yes, if you want something to eat, come to church every Sunday. There's something
see
there.
her after church every Sunday, because there's always something good. Yeah.
Well, right now I'm expecting them to show up with something in their hands called donations
that's
for
right.
Unity, from Unity,
Okay.
for Spirit of Woman.
Okay.
And that's the organization that is our outreach program.
Okay.
And we are looking to help those mothers, and they can bring their children with them.
Oh, that's
it's not
awesome.
where the student, when I say students, that's
No, that's your career talking.
Right.
40 years working with students, and she can't get them out of her head.
Right. So right now, our big push is to get as many donations for clothing. They are asking right now for twin-size comforters.
Okay.
And I have a beautiful one here that if my great-granddaughter sees it, it may never make it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But they are asking.
Put it away before she notices, and she'll come and get it,
They are asking for twin-size comforters.
Well, that's a beautiful comforter.
Twin-size sheets.
Yeah.
And
I see you brought the sheets, too.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is what it looks like.
That's
it's really
great.
pretty.
Really nice.
Can you imagine if you are temporarily out of your home and you get to cozy into a little bed with this?
Oh, they'll
and
love that, honey.
You get to have a pillow where you can snuggle up in the bed, beside your mother as she struggles and get her life back together.
Exactly.
So because the whole idea of where they are living at the time is temporary. We know that. That's what we're going to put into the atmosphere.
They're in transition.
Right. And so they are struggling to get their lives back the way they want them, but their children are with them. And I have my little quotes, Andrea, that
Okay.
that always inspire me in all those years in education and dealing with
Right.
children. One of my favorite ones is,
Okay.
"A mind is a terrible thing to waste." Now, when you are out of your home and out of your environment with your children, you know something will get lost in the transition
Sure.
if you don't see about their educational needs.
Exactly.
And so that's why I love, this one fits into what we're trying to do right now with
Right.
helping the families, because they are keeping their children with them. Those children still have to go to school.
Right.
And so their minds don't get wasted
Right.
by being diverted from their educational goals.
And
That's very
that quote
important.
has a history with you. I used to beat kids over the head, and she had a few
Yes.
wayward children that she was running their lives in school, telling them, "Don't
hundreds
waste
and
your life."
hundreds of them. I had an experience a week ago where the young man who waited on me at a car
Oh.
dealers,
Oh.
and I had been his counselor, and he told me that I said, if you don't straighten up, you will never walk across the stage at this school. And I don't doubt that I said that to him, but he was
Yeah,
just
he
cracking
remembered
up.
it, though.
He was giving me the biggest hugs. He said, if it wasn't for you, I don't know what would have happened to me. Well, see, if it wasn't for our church and my role to do the volunteer work, to help the Spirit of Woman, we have some other children that might hear about us and learn that the Unity Church reached out and got the things here that they want. And they what we have to understand is that they have the newborns. They have
Oh my
babies in there,
gosh.
and it's up to 6 years old. So
Oh,
Pampers and some other names.
oh, like what about
Right.
Infamil and
Maybe the formula.
formula
They even
bottles?
need maternity clothes. They need underwear and
They
socks.
need diaper wipes.
Diapers for all
yeah.
of that. And they need the beauty products.
Yeah. I
Because
should
you
call
know
them
they
booty
still.
wipes. That's what they really are, honey.
Well, what I like to do with the beauty products is, because all of us have our own personal needs.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I like to meet, and I've done this before. I like to meet one of the employees from Spirit of Woman,
Right.
and meet them at whatever store they choose.
Right.
And I take a seat and let them do the shopping, because
Oh,
they
there
know
you go.
that person who will come will know what they need.
Right.
And so
Now,
it's
are
easier
these?
for me.
Is it confidential? I mean, who's there and where they live, and is that
Yes,
all confidential?
Yes, because some dysfunctional stuff can happen.
Right.
So all I can say for what we're doing, for you, what you and I
Yeah,
are
yeah.
pushing, is that it's, the name of the group is Spirit of Woman,
Okay.
and that they're there housed in a particular place with their children
Okay.
who get to stay with them, so the mothers can continue nurturing
Right.
and educating and doing the things that should be normal
Yes.
for them to do. The other quote I love, Andrea, is, God, grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yeah, that
We know
wisdom.
the wisdom to know
That
the
will
difference.
come in
We-
handy.
Absolutely. We know that Unity knows. We can't change the circumstances.
Right.
But we sure can bring some nice things into their environment, some toys for the
Right.
children, a
Right.
book, some books for the children. We
Right.
can bring Unity's focus is on helping get the things that they are asking for, to get as many of those as we can. Unity is a small church. So I'm saying to the audience that's listening in the sound of my voice, help.
You
We
listen?
need your help.
Right.
We can't do this. We're small, and you've
Right.
heard me say this at church.
Right.
We're small, but we are mighty.
That's
But we
right.
will be mightier when the people listening to this program come forward, and I think our website is
Where
gonna-
are they? The audience loves it. But let me ask you before we go to the break. I want to know, where are people supposed to bring these goods that the Spirit of Woman is needing? Where can they
They're gonna
drop
bring them
it?
to Unity Church.
Oh, okay.
And when we come back, if you want me to, I can share I didn't have enough
Well, we have.
places
I
to-
think we have enough time now. If we quickly share the address, is this the address?
That's the address.
Okay.
The Unity of Fresno, 315 West Hills Avenue. And the phone number there is 227-1889.
Right.
But what's more important to me is for you to know that I'm Marlene Brice. And my
Right.
phone number is 439-7859. And I will meet you
Okay.
on any corner, in
Yeah.
any store, anywhere you want me to meet you to
Yeah.
get products to help Spirit of Woman and their
Yeah.
children.
Good
I
for
will.
you.
I will either show up or I'll send somebody.
Yeah, she's gonna send somebody because some of these places you don't want to, go. But no. If you're doing good to Spirit of Woman, Marlene's your lady, and I think even if you don't know her, remember her name, remember her address. There it is on the screen. You can Google Unity Church of Fresno or just unityoffresno.org, I think is their website. You can get the phone number easily. It's an easy thing to do. These women are in transition. Some have gone through some really hard things, and they're hurting. And they have
Yes.
little kids. And
Yeah. And
we want-
my next that I
ahead,
want to
sweetie.
share
Okay.
that pulls us together as a unity is the old saying, and these are not new things. These are things that I believe in. Takes a village to raise a child,
right,
but I'm saying it takes a community to save a family,
right.
and that's
on.
what we're working toward.
Oh, so you are amazing.
My
You know,
pleasure
you
to
are
be here.
such a giving person, and especially for those little kids, because I know what it's like to have a difficult childhood, and what you're doing is really great. Thank you so
And
much.
it's so needed.
And
That's
so
what
needed.
I want the audience, the people who are listening, I want them to know that I'm not begging, I'm asking for help
Exactly.
through my church.
Exactly.
And so, however you get it to us, through Unity, or call me on the phone and call me, meet you any place, anytime, anywhere, and we will do this job because
We'll
Unity
do it.
is mighty, and we have a mighty project with Spirit of Woman.
Right on,
And we want
girl.
it to be successful.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. And I think we have to cut to commercial now. Are we ready, Michael? Okay, I talked too much, you guys. Okay, thank you so much for coming, Marlene.
You're
Thank
quite
you,
welcome.
and
Thank
Unity.
you for having us.
My
This is
pleasure.
wonderful.
I came to this workshop really having a lot of clarity already about what my offering was. The thing that I was looking for was how to translate that to what people's need was. People are aware of what their need was. I wasn't sure on how to get my message to align with their need. And I feel really confident after the content that Steve provided and the people that he put on stage that also had tremendous content that I can execute now. And yeah, thank you very much, Steve, for all the content.
Hello.
So much worth more than what I invested. So yeah, thank you.
CentralValleyTalk.com. Hey, pretty mama, if you can see, have a half a cappuccino with me. Walking on the boardwalk, holding hands with you. or lying on the beach under sultry moon. The ocean gives an ocean that we cannot protest. Have a cappuccino, let me tell you the rest. Got a love that would light up Santa Cruz's skies, and you know, pretty baby, can't tell you no lies. Someday we'll go to Reno, but now a cappuccino while the seagulls go flying by. Hey, pretty mama with the gypsy smile, toe-cut shoes, Egyptian style. Hey, pretty mama, make you happily have a half a cappuccino with me.
My thing is falling off. Peggy, this is Peggy Gregory. She's my co-host. Unfortunately, a car broke down, and she was supposed to help me put this on, which I can't do. I mean, she tried to fix it,
Namaste.
but namaste. She didn't have time. It's International Women's Day on Saturday, this coming Saturday. Google it. Whatever your community is doing, wherever you live, it's time to honor some women throughout the world. And besides, personally, I love traveling, so just gets my Jesus
Come to
flowing.
Madeira.
Yeah, come to Madeira. All right, I think we have Steve on the line. Is that right, Michael? Oh, awesome. You guys, there is not really enough I can say to introduce our next guest. He's America's reinvention expert. He's been doing this for years. He was the star of a movie. He's been with Jack Canfield. He's a business consultant, created all kinds of mastermind groups and private classes. He is in charge of the Internet Profit Live conference coming up and the Reinvention workshop, where he helps people transform their lives. He's a professional speaker. He's been on TEDx. He's been on CNN, Fox Business, ABC, NBC, Forbes.com, Huffington Post, Manco Muller's radio show, and on. Over 300 media appearances, so I can't say them all. But anyway, Steve.
So where is he?
He's going to be calling in on Skype. I think he's already here. Okay, let's put Steve on. Also, by the way, while we're getting his picture, he pals around with people like Joel Comm and Larry Winget and millionaire maker Lori Langenmeyer. And his specialty, in my opinion, is getting stuff done. He's quite an amazing person. In fact, his business is called Bold Enterprises for a reason. So, Steve, I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. You know what? What's going on with you? I think the hot thing happening with you right now is Internet Profits Live. Is that right?
Internet Profits Live is the event that we've been doing now for the past few years, and we're doing this in Los Angeles, May 15th through the 17th.
This coming May?
Yep, this coming May.
Awesome. Well, I want you to know I went online and signed up to go to it. I'm dying to see you again.
That was a really good decision.
Yeah, it really, really was. And I got a really special surprise when I found out I got a free ticket.
Good. We look forward to having you there.
I'm all excited now. That's my kind of prize, okay? And I'm so inspired. So I'm actually trying to pay it forward and give a little prize to people who text in on the show. If you text in a good number, you get a small monetary gift. Because if you end up going to see Steve at the Internet Profits Live conference, I want you to have that $15 so you can buy him a drink. It'll be well worth your while. He might just make you into a millionaire.
Ooh.
So, Steve, can you tell us a little bit about your story? Because you were very successful. You owned liquor.com. You had some real estate dealings. And you were making a lot of money, but you suddenly changed direction. And if people don't know you, can you tell a little bit why? Why did you change and start going into reinvention?
Can we look
I think for the most part, because I'm the poster child for reinvention. The reality is that I have done pretty much everything under the sun, including things that we can't publicly disclose. Reality for me is that, going back to my early teens, I've just always been wired as an entrepreneur and opened my own nightclub when I was very young, 19 years of age to be exact. And from there, bounced around into many different industries, including catalogs and .coms, and as you said, real estate and other ventures as well. But truth is that I've always really struggled with the question of what am I here for? What is it that I'm truly wired to excel at, and how am I really intent to make a meaningful impact on not only those who share this lifetime with me, but also those lifetimes to come. And that question really led me on a path of really personal sort of pursuit, personal development through the Mark Forum, Tony Robbins, What Color Is Your Parachute, Strengths Finder, et cetera, and all of those things are good in their own right, but most of them left me with more questions than answers. And so as I began working with people, it really became clear that their struggles were the same as mine in terms of really trying to understand what it is that they can do in their own unique way, which led me to create the framework that you find in the book, What Is Your What? And the teachings that I really espouse through the Reinvention workshop and the coaching and consulting that I do, because ultimately you have to be able to answer that core question of what is your what before you can build anything that's sustainable.
Right. But there was something very personal that happened to you. I'm of the opinion that there's a picture of you in the 80s. I just like the car, so I wanted to make sure the audience got to see that, Steve. And what is that, a mullet? I mean, you look good, what can I say? But you look better now.
Yeah, proudly rock mullet.
So, I guess what I'm getting at is you had a sudden life change when your dad, your stepfather, was it cancer?
Well, I mean, he'd been battling a number of things over the years, and it was just sort of a culmination of illnesses that ended up winning the war. But yeah, I mean, that was the impetus for getting into my current work. And what you're talking about is in 2009, I was sitting bedside with my stepfather. He was very much a father to me, raised me since I was 10. And unfortunately, he was in his final days of life, and as I sat there holding his hand, I had a vision of my funeral, not actually of his funeral, but of my funeral, and I could hear the words being spoken graveside, which were basically, "Here lies Steve Olsher. He dedicated his life to chasing the almighty dollar," and that's all that was said. And it really did hit me hard, and I do think that my stepfather was showing me my inevitable fate, unless I changed course. And he could no longer verbally communicate, but I think that's through that point of physical touch while I was holding his hand, that's how he was able to communicate with me about what he saw going on in my world.
And that must have, seeing yourself at your own funeral and all they talk about is how much money you made, that had to hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, just to kind of clarify, so I had been a very early entrepreneur in the .com world, the internet world, and the company, which you mentioned, Liquor.com, was actually slated to go public in March of 2000, and of course that's when everything imploded, and that company never went public, and I literally walked away from everything, including the domain, for over 6 years. And so there was really no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. And then when I got into real estate development, things were going pretty well for a while. But then I got caught up in the real estate crash, just like everyone else, in 2006 and 07, 08. And what had been a very lucrative endeavor ended up getting to the point where, I was literally handing properties back to the bank. So, it's not as though I was sitting there with piles of cash when this hit me.
Right.
It was just sort of reflective of the entrepreneurial endeavors that I had been pursuing.
Right. Well, for whatever reason, you were able to take your own personal struggle and imagine what other people were going through. And through the Reinvention workshop, you've been reaching out to thousands of people and helping them change their lives. And this has been going on consistently for a number of years now. And I have to tell you, I'm really grateful to you because I saw your videos, and I was in a really bad place, and you were so enthusiastic. and you really were reaching out, and you were giving some actual value on the videos, and giving people help, like how to punch their way out of a financial brown bag, and I applied to be in your class, and I thought, well, this is ridiculous. Never in 10,000 years is he going to let me in this class, because, I just don't qualify, but you did, and gave me a scholarship and undisclosed amount, but it was a life-changing experience for me. So I just want to express my appreciation to you, and I think part of the becoming the outgoing person that I am right now is attributing to you. I just want to say that to you.
Oh, well, thank you so much for
Thank
that.
you so
And
much.
you know I love you, Andrea, and you know that. So, look, reality is that it was always there. It's just simply a matter of, I guess having the right person help you bring it to the surface.
Yeah, well, I'm just so glad it was you, because as a coach, first of all, I needed somebody who wasn't going to tell me, oh, you're goofing up, you're really not performing very well. I needed somebody who was encouraging, and you were that person. And also, when you gathered up all the people in the group, you had this amazing ability to put the right people together and make a huge difference in everybody's lives. I have never lost contact with any of those people, and I just think we're a team forever. And I just want to say thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're a heck of a group.
Yeah.
Happy to be associated with you guys.
Well, we love you, Stevie. You're amazing. And I think we have another video coming out. Let me ask Michael if we're ready. He says we're ready. So we're going to show another video. I watched 75 of your videos trying to pick the best ones. But, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a playlist together and put it on my website so people can watch the rest of them. But narrowing it down to a few minutes was rough. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Michael.
We're talking with Ray Luskin in Chicago at the Internet Profits Conference. Ray, would you say this weekend was a good use of your time?
I think it's fabulous, especially this morning. I got so much information out of it. There was practical tips as well as inspirational work done.
Okay, could you share a couple of the golden nuggets, some of the big takeaways you got today?
Okay, the last speaker was Sam Horn, and she was talking about how to give a 60-second pitch, and she told us to start with 3 questions. I thought that was superb. Do you know, and use attributable facts that you can state with certainty and knowing.
This is Paul Miltenberger. Who are some of your favorite presenters at this point?
How much time do we have? Mike Koenigs was just amazing. He was on the stage. Don Hollings just was Zero Cost Marketing Secrets. I guess if I have to pick a favorite, it's J. Conrad Levinson. He was here last night keynoting, and boy, he's just been a favorite and an inspiration for years. And for him in his frail condition to be out and rock the room like he did last night was just extraordinary. The pocket is bulging already. Some already got some follow-ups last night. It's just a great group of people. Steve really put together a super group of presenters as well as people behind us at some of the sponsor booths that just are attracting the right kind of folks. It's fabulous, and for a first-time event on top of it, just extraordinary. So he's onto something great, and it's been fabulous, and we got another day yet, so this will be incredible.
Inspired by Kathleen Gage and her ideas about how you can turn what you know into products, to be in the room with J. Conrad Levinson and just kind of his years of wisdom and his just generous and engaging spirit was just amazing. You'd strike up casual conversations with people, just doing it to be social, and it turns out they would do something that would be directly related to something that I'm doing, being able to figure out ways that we could work and enhance each other's business. So it's been great in that respect as well.
Larry Wingate. Larry, I understand you're the keynote presenter.
I understand the very same thing. Here I am. I'm ready to roll.
More than a rumor. And how are you enjoying it?
I just got here, and I'm having a good time. Look like a lot of nice folks, and I'm sure a lot of good information is being spread around, so it's good to be a part of it. I've been speaking for a lot of years. I've been doing 20 years. I've done 400 of the Fortune 500. I'm on the road every single week all around the world talking to groups. So I like my time on stage quite a bit. So tonight I'm going to talk about not what most of these people do. Most of these people talk about how to get rich and all that. I don't. I believe life's your own damn fault. I'm the world's only irritational speaker, the pit bull of personal development. So my approach to everything is just a little bit different. I think motivation and positive attitude is all a load of crap until I tell people to get off their ass and go to work. So my approach is different. My style is obviously different since I don't look and dress like most folks. And as a guy who's pretty much known in the business and on television every week talking about what it really takes to be successful, I think this can be a big wake-up call for a lot of people in the audience tonight.
It's wonderful. It's action-packed, full of people who know what they're doing.
Hi everyone, we're back. Thank you for joining us. This is, by the way, I don't know if I introduced you. This is Peggy, my co-host. They finally fixed her car. I think did they tow the car or jump it or what?
Jump it.
So hopefully she'll be able to get home after the show. We don't know. It could be a new battery or whatever. Anyway, Steve, you know what? You hang out with people like Larry Winget. I mean, you're in the top of the top. You know, you're speaking at Awesomeness Fest, which is basically a worldwide elite mastermind group, and it's a very joyous thing. And how do you do it? First of all, how did you have the courage to step forward and be so bold? And how did you work your business so that you got so well known in such a quick period of time?
Yeah, you know, it's certainly something that I don't even at this juncture really, I guess, appreciate the magnitude of, because, you know, for me, it's always been just simply a function of asking people to participate in whatever it is that I had going on at the time. And, you know, I mean, look, people will always say no, and some people will say yes. So I think for me, it's really just been a function of not being discouraged if everyone, you know, doesn't sign on, and being encouraged when someone does, and using that really as a springboard towards the next person. And that's kind of how it started with Internet Profits, the book. Because, I mean, like, literally the first person that I got on board to be interviewed for that book was Mark Ostrovsky, and Mark is best known for his work with business.com and having picked up that domain and sold that domain. And so once I let people know that I was talking to, you know, XYZ people and that Mark was already on board, it was then easier to get the second domino to fall, and so on. And so it really just kind of, it builds on itself. And ultimately, that's the hardest part, is just getting that first domino to fall.
But you're persistent. I know you don't give up easily. And you even told me one time it's okay if people disagree with you. You don't get your feelings hurt or get mad or try to change your mind. You're okay with being polarizing, you know?
Well, I mean, being polarizing is definitely something that I'm comfortable with doing. I mean, that's certainly been, whether intentional or unintentional, I mean, that's certainly been kind of par for the course for me throughout my career. And, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, I'm not bothered. I mean, there's a string of haters, if you will, on Amazon, you know, as far as the book What Is Your What is concerned. And, you know, frankly, that string has probably cost me, I would venture to guess, tens of thousands of sales. And, you know, that definitely hurts. So, you know, I'm not immune to what people are thinking and how they're feeling, but at the same token, I know that life's got to go on.
Right. Well, it's really encouraging because, you know, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna do it anymore. Right, Peggy?
Yeah. No.
Right?
No.
You know, Steve, it's so funny because
Gratitude.
It's gratitude. Yeah.
For somebody that can come online and actually, through an online course, change your direction of life.
Yeah.
And inspire you to become who you are now, which is a person that seeks joy.
Exactly.
And fulfills all of your talents. So has anybody called in or texted in?
Yes, actually, so check it out, Steve. I had 3 people call in, and they weren't haters. It was awesome. The person, and it's from 3 different phone numbers, so if it's a hoax, somebody's doing a really good job. But this one says, "Oh, gee, this is the best show ever." That was number 1. "I love this show so much." That was number 2. And number 3 was, "I love this show." And I don't think it was Jeff, the producer, because I have his phone number in my phone, so it would have told me. So you guys each win $15. I will be texting you right after the show to get your address or your contact information so we can hook up and I can make sure you get that money. And I hope you end up meeting Steve at Internet Profits Live, because Jeff, there he is. Did you? No, go away. You can't have the money. That was Jeff, the producer. He's dying to get the $15. They don't pay him very much, okay? But anyway, but he is available for dates. So if you guys like Jeff, just go ahead and text and I'll hook you up. I think he's married, but let's not get distracted. But anyway, so Steve, you know what? When I was on the Internet Profits Live, in fact, I'm going to have Michael. Can you put up internetprofitslive.com on the screen, and I'm going to talk over the screen. The reason I want to show the website is because I was reading this year's Internet Profits Live, and my God, you have these amazing people on. I mean, literally, you said that one of the emails I got from you lately was a guy named Jason that made $1 million or more from doing webinars. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, there's actually a couple of guys that are there that have done extremely well with webinars. Lewis Howes is one of them who has just absolutely crushed it over the years with webinars, and of course teaching and providing value and then selling into a product that allows people to dig deeper. And the gentleman that you're referring to is Justin Livingston, who is actually the partner of Callan Rush. And Justin created an automated sequence that took people basically from the opt-in, where they requested a free report, to a webinar that went into more detail about what was taught in the report, to the sale of a $2,000 program, and that has resulted in almost $3 million in sales in the last 18 months.
Wow.
Gosh, that is just, this is the kind of thing that you learn how to do at this workshop, Internet Profits Live, because in a way, profit is the perfect word, because these people were doing these things online before the rest of us had any idea it could be done. And I think it's true for nonprofits too. I believe that if you know how to leverage the online community, you can just reach out to those people that like you. And just like Steve says, if they don't like you, they'll go to somebody else. But you don't have to worry, because the people that want you, they will come to you if you put yourself out there. And that's how I got a hold of Steve, because I just loved his vibe, so I just had to reach out, even though I thought he'd reject me, but he didn't.
So Steve will help
someone
formulate an idea. If someone has an idea they want to develop so that there can be an online media.
Exactly.
He will inspire you, coach you.
Yeah.
To get your idea going.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well,
I've never met you, Steve. I haven't read your book, but this is very interesting, because so many people love to shop online or take classes online. It's more comfortable. You don't have to worry if your car will start.
Yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line is that we all have something to teach, something to share, and some of us will heed that call, and others will just kind of brush it off, right? And so the people that tend to gravitate towards me and the work that I do are those who are ready to heed that call or need help figuring out what that call really is. And once that is clear, it's then a function and a matter of being able to share and monetize that. And the internet is one tool, but frankly, it's a very effective tool. And the bottom line is you can get started online literally for pennies, and there's just no other medium that offers that sort of reach in such a cost-efficient and cost-effective manner.
And Steve, when I went to this year's Internet Profits Live webpage, you had like $1,000 worth of bonuses that you're just giving away for free. Is that Is that right? I mean, that's how I read it.
Yeah, there's
a lot of things
lots of
included.
bonuses that go hand in hand with attending the event because, clearly the event is going to teach you a lot. We actually implement in real time while you're at the event, so it's not just like you're going to go home with the notebook, full of ideas that you're never going to do anything with. We actually implement right there in real time on the spot. But yeah, we do also provide additional resources and bonuses that help people both before and after the event to kind of keep up the momentum.
And you gave me a special coupon code for anybody from this area that wants to go. Is it cool if I give that out? Okay.
Yeah.
So this is normally hundreds of dollars to get into this event, and the bonuses alone are worth it. The one-on-one, if you just hang out with certain people, you're just going to learn, because after a while, people make so much money, they don't really care about making money, but they feel happy to share. I mean, literally, people sit down with me and tell me, try this, and this is kind of one of the reasons I'm doing this show. But anyway, if you go to the website and put in the coupon code Guest of Steve, you're going to get a really big surprise. And if you're lucky, you're going to come
Guest of Steve.
Guest of Steve. Go to internetprofitslive.com, and go ahead and check out. When you get to the checkout, say Guest of Steve, and you will get a free ticket to go.
Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness!
And text me, tell me. So I want to hook up with you if you take advantage. This is a huge benefit. And it's a special favor to me because we're way past the time when Steve was doing this, and the ticket sales are, selling at normal price. So it's Guest of Steve. That's your coupon code to get in for free. It's in Los Angeles, so it's not even very far from here. It's a really easy drive. And it's a 3-day event. It starts with a big reception on May 15th, all day the 16th, and most of the day the 17th. This is your chance to make friends with people who are making millions of dollars. And that is no simple, it doesn't mean you're going to make millions of dollars tomorrow, trust me. But I'm telling you, my experience personally is when I started meeting people who are making that kind of money and started thinking about my life and having access to people like Steve, there's no price tag on that. I cannot express. And Steve, I cannot thank you enough for coming on this show. As a special favor to me.
Absolutely.
You're the
Looking
best.
forward to seeing you there, and
Yeah.
again, happy to provide complimentary tickets for your audience. But make sure it's all caps.
All caps.
So all capital letters when you enter Guest of Steve as the promo code at checkout.
Guest of Steve. That's like a mantra. Guest of Steve. Say it.
Guest of Steve.
Okay, they're getting it, you guys. And I got another text. I want to thank everybody who texted in. That was amazing. Peggy, I want to thank you for towing your car here so you could come, and for your words of wisdom and contribution. And I guess we have to go to commercial, but Steve, I cannot thank you enough. You're the best.
We're going to be signing off, correct?
Yeah, so
Yes.
Yep.
I love you, Steve.
Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you in Los Angeles in May.
Oh, I can't wait to see you again. Bye. Everybody, go there.
Namaste.
It's fun.
Hey, pretty mama with the red dress on, stiletto heels and a pink cell phone. Hey, pretty mama, if your time is free, have a cappuccino with me. Hey, pretty mama with the big blue eyes, you stare too long, you get hypnotized. Hey, pretty mama, if you can see, have a cappuccino with me. Walking on the boardwalk, hands with you, or lying on the beach on the cell tree.
CentralValleyTalk.com